Welcome back to Bachelor Happy Hour's Golden Hour. Thank you for joining us. We're so excited to be back, aren't we, Kathy?
It's always a thrill. And if you haven't done it yet, it's summer. Everyone has a little more time on their hands. It's time to follow our podcast so that you never miss an episode. Just search for Bachelor Happy Hour in the podcast app and hit the follow button.
Yes, it's super important if you follow the podcast so you get notified every time there's a new episode. Also, while you're there, leave us a review or submit a question.
And you know what? While you're there, please check out all our past episodes. We have had so many fabulous guests, and we've been having so much fun answering your questions. So keep those coming at bachelornation.com/golden hour. We've had some great questions today that we're going to get to.
But first, we have to introduce our very special, beautiful guest. She's a Bachelor Nation star and fiance to Joey. Kelsey Anderson is here. Hi, Kelsey. Thank you so much for joining us. We're so excited to be chatting with you today.
Thank you for having me on here.
Kelsey,
I'm so excited.
welcome.
Thank
you for joining us. So how is life with your man, Joey?
It's fabulous. You know, it's nice being able to do so many amazing things and getting all these crazy opportunities, but we're definitely ready for things to start slowing down. In July, we have a good couple of weeks that we just are going to relax and do nothing.
Did you hear that? She's got a good couple of weeks.
Couple of weeks. I know that feeling.
I mean, come on. You guys have been traveling. I followed you guys on Instagram. You were in Hawaii. That looks like a dream trip.
Mm-hmm.
Portugal. Were you there for a wedding, I think?
Yes. Yeah, one of Joey's best friends' weddings.
Okay, you were at Stagecoach. All right, tell us about your travels.
Yeah, we've been all over the place. A lot of it's been personal, honestly, recently. Like, we've had 3 weddings this month. So I had my cousin's wedding and then 2 of Joey's friends' weddings. One of them he was in. One of them was in Portugal. Hawaii, we got to go with Charity, Dotton, and Katie and Zach,
yes,
which was
so
fun. Yeah, it was
that?
Joey. Yeah, that's like where Joey lived was Kauai. So it was really special for him to show us around and get to meet his friends on the island. And yeah, that was really amazing as well. And now we're in Nashville.
I love it.
So I want to know, you've been at 3 weddings. Did it give Joe any ideas?
Like what we want to do and what we don't want to do.
Okay, I'll go with that.
Yeah, well, we're like, don't even know where we want to have it because both of our families are all over the place. So it's like, we need time to even figure out like what area we want to have it in. But yeah, we have like little talks like, oh, we would like to do this. We want to do this, but there's nothing set in stone yet.
Okay,
so
remember,
Charity,
do it where you want. Don't try to please everybody else. It's about you and him.
That's
Totally.
true. So Kelsey, I know that Charity and Dotton are planning their wedding, and you know Zach and Katie live near me in Austin, and I've had them over and we've talked, and I know they're planning a wedding.
Yeah.
So I want to know, like, have they had any like game changer, any really great advice for you guys? You know, anything about relationship
For like
goals?
planning the wedding or for like relationship stuff?
Yeah, all of it. Wedding planning, relationship goals.
Yeah. I mean, I know Katie and Zach were talking to me about how they were looking at venues. Charity and Dotton also told us a little bit about some of the things that they've been doing, getting ready for their wedding. I think that I actually sent Katie a venue that one of my friends looked at in Austin because I know that she was maybe wanting to do it somewhere around there. And so I actually sent her a venue to go look at because one of my friends went there. It was beautiful. But we haven't talked too much about it. They just kind of gave me a little bit of details about what they're looking forward to.
Any relationship advice?
I mean, I got a lot of relationship advice from Katie and from Dotton whenever we were like in hiding.
Isn't he a sweetheart? Oh,
he is the sweet. They both are so nice. And for them to like reach out to me and be there for me, I was like, I needed that so much because it's really hard in hiding, especially whenever, you know, you're hiding that you're engaged and you want to tell everybody. And then everybody's seeing all, you know, the other relationships that your partner had and watching it back can be difficult, but having them and their support was amazing.
Oh God, I love it all. I love all 6 of you.
I know. You guys,
why
really...
are y'all friends? And I'm like, because everyone, they're so amazing. They're so down to earth. It's like we would be friends in real life. And like, I don't think people can understand unless they were on the show, like how we could all be friends.
Yeah. All 6 of you are truly amazing couples. You really are.
Thank you.
And it's living proof, everybody, that it does work. Look how happy they are.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
are you guys living together? Where are you living? I know you've just traveled so much. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, I've been joking that New Orleans is our closet right now because we've been traveling so much. It's like we just like keep all of our clothes there, and then we're like moving all over the place. But like I said, in July, things are slowing down, so we'll be able to be there more, and I get to show more around New Orleans. But New Orleans is our base, but hopefully being in New York soon. But yeah,
We're part of New York. I'm sorry, where in New York are you going, babe?
Manhattan, but we don't have like a area, like a neighborhood set yet. But we have a couple areas that we're looking into. But yeah, I'm not sure yet. We've been looking, but it's so hard in New York because it's like whenever something goes up, it gets taken immediately if it's good.
Exactly.
You know?
Everybody there, everyone there gets apartment locators. It's just what you have to do. For
yes,
exactly
yeah, we have someone
reason.
helping us for sure.
Yeah. Have you lived in New York, Kelsey?
No, I've never lived in New York. That's what I've always wanted to. I don't know if it's like watching too much Sex in the City or what it is, but I'm like, I have this dream of living in New York.
You could
Joey about it.
You could do Sex in the City. You could be that next girl walking down Fifth Avenue.
I know. I just like love the hustle and bustle. I've visited a lot. I have some friends that live there, but yeah, I'm just really excited. I'm like, I don't care if I hate it. I have to experience it.
Just do it once. Yes.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
the city
What
that
about
never
Joey?
sleeps,
Is he
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Joey's excited like too because it's very close to Philly, so it's like an hour train ride I think, and the train is amazing. We took it once from Philly to New York. So we'll be able to visit his sister and brother-in-law and dad a lot, which is going to be really nice.
Nice. I'm excited for you. I'm so excited for you. You guys are the
Susan,
perfect pair.
we should go visit them in New York.
We
There
can.
you go. Yeah.
Yes, we'll do
and Charity
dinner.
and Don's in Brooklyn. So
I know.
My daughter lived in Brooklyn. They live near where my daughter lived. That's a great place too.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Brooklyn's cool because it has like little Italy sections. You know, it's like where I grew up.
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I love it. Okay,
well, so
we never know when you're going to get there, but let us know. I'm sure
yes,
we'll be seeing you.
I definitely will.
Okay, so we do a topic of the day, Kelsey.
Yes.
And today, we want you to join in with us. Are there any taboo topics that are off limits to talk about with a long-term partner, or do you like to talk about everything?
I love to talk about everything. I think it might be also like part of my ADHD brain. It like jumps around to everything. But also whenever Joey and I, after we got engaged, I would look up like thousands of questions like to ask somebody. Like there's literally like a list of like 1,000 questions to ask people, or like there's books, and we would just flip through and I'd just be like, oh, what's, blah, blah, like random questions that you would never think to ask somebody. Yeah, I love getting to know all the little things about anybody, my friends, like my significant others. So yeah,
So
I don't
have
think
you
that there's
ever
anything to
have you ever asked Joey if he knew what his love language was?
Yes. He said
and did he know?
Yeah, he said he thinks that like receiving it was like, I think it was words of affirmation and physical touch, and then like he gives it in like physical touch and what is it?
You can't have all five. See, I think the same way. I want all five. I like
no,
yes.
I like my love language is all five. Give them all to me. I deserve them all.
That's right. I'm impressed though. Some men don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think maybe The Bachelor trained him a little.
Wait a minute. What is your love language, Kelsey?
Like giving it, I would probably say acts of service.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
For your partner.
For my partner, yeah.
Oh,
for anybody. Like I love like leaving little notes or little gifts. I like hiding little letters and stuff in his like luggage whenever like he's going somewhere, and for him to find whenever he's by himself. Like I like doing little things like that.
But your love language, when you're asked what is your love language,
oh yeah, like what I receive.
How do you feel loved? Yeah.
I would say acts of service as well, honestly. Like I want you to like think about little things intentionally and do them for me. Without being asked. Like, I don't want to ask.
Right,
I want you to just do it for me.
Surprise. Oh, you did that?
Exactly.
Yeah. What are yours, Kathy?
Oh, you know what? That whole thing, I get, as I've said to you before, Susan, I get confused.
Yeah.
I think
because you want them all as well.
Yeah, if we're being honest. I think for me, it's touch. And for me, it's touch. And I think acts of service for the other person.
Yeah,
I give acts of service and I like to receive, physical touch. But hey, I haven't had a date in a while, so really does it matter?
Yeah. Oh God. From Kate.
Moscow PD.
You're free now. Business being smart.
Smart forks.
And the best kind of fun anywhere. The trends you see all as summer vacay or staycation.
person that your dad is. That's
We're looking for love. How did you know Joe?
Still here. Shop one of over 1,600 stores nationwide and fivebelow.com.
So our next, for the other people out there looking for love, how did you know Joey was the one?
It's funny, I explain it. Growing up, my mom always told us, like, you need somebody like your dad, like the type of like person that your dad is. That's the type of man that you should look for. And my dad is very intentional. Like, whatever he speaks, like all his words mean so much. You can tell
I
that
love
he like
your
picks
dad,
them.
by the way.
Yeah,
we're buddies. We chat.
Yeah,
We're
he
good
loves you
buddies.
too. But it's like, I feel like he's very intentional with all his words, and I like realized that with Joey, like all the words that he would tell me, like they just seemed so intentional and like very special, like to me, and he made me feel really special. And yeah, he just reminded me a lot of the way that like my dad was to my mom, the way he was to me.
So
And how was he different?
lacking? Oh, sorry, we're asking the same question, I think.
Oh.
Is that what was lacking, Kelsey, in your other relationships? That they didn't make you feel special?
I think that I would have to ask for a lot of things. It's funny, me and my girlfriends were talking the other night whenever we're all hanging out, and they're like, Kelsey, you just don't date bad guys. Like, all of my exes are great men. They just, I feel like, didn't fit for me. But I don't know.
That was
I think
my question. What's different about the guys you dated? How is Joey different?
I think
Just
Joey's
timing?
different. Yeah, no, I don't think it's timing. I think that Joey's different because like he continuously makes me feel special. Like I've never really had to like ask for love. You know what I mean? And I feel like in previous relationships, I felt like, it kind of dwindled, and I felt like I was having to like ask for things that I didn't think that I should have been asking for.
Good for you.
Are you friends with your exes, Kelsey?
I'm not friends with my exes, but I respect my exes. I don't think that you should really have that like, bestie friendship with them.
Not besties. No, I don't think not.
Oh, wait a minute, Susan. You've been the one that says you're really good friends with all your exes.
I
That's why
told
I
all of them, but not like best friends.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not trying
Merry
to go like hang out with
Christmas, Happy New Year, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, what dating advice, if you will, would you give your younger self if you had the knowledge that you have now? Would anything be different? Because I think you are young, so.
Yeah, I don't think that I would do anything different. Maybe like, I think that in my earlier relationships, I was like, I loved the drama, like I loved like arguing and things like that. I would say maybe don't do that. It's not cute.
Okay.
But
How about you? Oh.
We finish
We're
each other's
sick. It's
sentences.
so
It's
sick.
crazy. I think for me, the advice I would give is just believe in yourself. Believe in myself more than I believe in myself a lot now. But when I was younger, I don't think I did as much. And so that's what about you?
I second that, as well as, and you taught me this, a red flag is a red flag. It's not going to change.
Kelsey, truly.
Right. No, my girlfriends, we were all talking about our relationships, like our previous relationships recently. But one of my best friends, she told me something whenever I was like dating my college boyfriend. And because I was like, I kept having these feelings like, I just don't feel like this is it. And I was like, I feel like I need to end it. And I was talking to her, and she was like, well, like, why are you staying with him? I was like, well, he's so nice to me. Like, he's so nice. And she was like, you should expect every man to be nice to you. That's the bare minimum. And whenever she said that, I was like, oh, you're right. I was like, and I ended it literally, I think that week, because I was like, you're so right. Like, that's the bare minimum. Every man should be nice to you. And then you should have like these other connections and, interests that are alike. But
yeah, I love it. Okay, so I want to get back to your dad for a minute, because when we met him at your finale, of course, Susan elbowed her way in to see if she could maybe date the guy.
We were emailing long before that.
See what I mean? Nobody gets a chance. But your dad is a super nice guy.
Great guy.
And how do I, Susan obviously already got it done. How do we land a guy like your dad? And selfishly, does your dad have any other single friends that,
So Kelsey, how would you feel if your dad got to have a similar dating experience just like yours? Like, how would that make you feel?
I would fully support it. I want my dad to like get out there. I want my dad to date. I think that my mom really would want him to. My mom, before she passed, always said like, I want you to find somebody else. I want you to find another love. Because I think she always just knew that she, like before she even was sick, she would always say this. She just knew that like she was going to pass before him. And she always said that. And so like, I know me and all my siblings would support him and want him to be happy and find a partner that he can, travel and do things with.
So that brings up something for me, because as you know, my husband passed away and my sons were very, very eager, they want, but my daughter was much more reticent about me dating, and finding somebody. And, I wonder what you would say to those people that are your age, to, sort of give their parents a break, because we don't want to be alone. What do you think about that?
I feel like my dad gave like all of us so much love, like growing up, and he still does that. And I just feel like my dad deserves love as well. I think that, loving like your family is different than loving like a partner. And I think that like he needs like that support of like a partner, that someone like that's not his kid and that's not his brother or his sister-in-law. Yeah. Like his best friend. Like, I don't know. I think that my dad is deserving of that.
That is so mature that you feel that way, because, I said to my kids, look, I can never replace your dad.
Yeah.
And I hear you saying sort of the same thing, but I deserve to be happy too. And it's amazing that you're 25?
Yeah, I just turned 26.
Happy birthday.
In April. Thank you.
But it's just amazing that you have that. Are your siblings in the same boat with you?
Yeah, I think that like some of my siblings, it like took them a little bit longer to feel that way. My dad hasn't really dated. Like he kind of dated like one or two ladies, but it was very like kind of, I don't think that he fully felt like he could date them, because he always felt guilty about it, because he feels like no one's going to replace your mom. And it's like, we know that no one's going to replace our mom, but it's going to be a different love, and it's going to be, something that you deserve, and that, we just want him to be happy and like find a best friend like how he was with my mom as well.
That's unbelievably perfect what you just said.
It is.
Truly.
It is. All of you. You've got a great family. I met both of your brothers, your sisters. They're all beautiful people, and I think they would all encourage him. I agree with you.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, Susan, I'm gonna have to horn in then on it.
He's 57, Kathy.
So what? I can go younger. Kelsey, the other thing that I wanted to talk to you, and I think I actually mentioned this to you at your finale, but why would you remember? You talked about the butterflies coming during, and that is the same thing when my husband died. Yellow butterflies came, and that's, I felt such a strong connection. I still do when the butterflies come. How do you connect with your mom? And how do you find ways for Joey to connect with your mom? Which I know sounds a little strange, but I anyone I date, I would want them to sort of to know my background and be part of my family.
Yeah. I love telling Joey stories about my mom. Like whenever anything like reminds me of her, I love to tell him stories. I think that that's how I feel like Joey kind of connects with my mom. He also got me this little butterfly necklace for Valentine's Day.
Oh my goodness. He's so
which was really sweet. I know.
He's such a romantic.
He's a keeper.
Yeah, it was really sweet. But I think that Joey understands the type of woman my mom was to me, just from like the stories and the videos that I show him, and like of her just dancing and making up songs and dance moves and all these things. Like she was always laughing and very positive. My siblings, they'll say like that I'm like the most like her in a lot of ways. I think that we all have like our little quirks that are like our moms, but or like our mom, but I definitely resemble my mom the most out of all of us too. So that's kind of it feels special.
So
to be
she's
like,
beautiful.
Like Mom.
Yeah, she's beautiful. I love it. Wow. I just love you and him together, and I think your whole family is blessed, and his family. You guys, we wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you.
So we have some fan questions to go through, and we give advice. And Kelsey here is going to give her advice as well. Are you ready?
Ready.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This one is from Sean. He's 44 from Baton Rouge.
Oh, he's
Hello,
from Baton
ladies.
Rouge.
Yeah.
That's close to New
That's
Orleans.
close to you. That sure is.
Hello, ladies. I have a question I'm looking for some advice on. My wife and I have been together for 10 years, and she's 8 years younger than me. We met when we were 34 and 26. And now we're 44 and 36. When we met, she thought she wanted kids and just said she wasn't ready yet. Now she said she isn't sure anymore about wanting children, but I still do. I know people can change their mind, and she was young when we met, but this is becoming really difficult for me as I've always saw myself as a dad. She is 100% my person, and we are deeply in love. So I don't know if I need to walk away from a relationship that makes me so happy, or if I can continue in our marriage and let go of the resentment. I know this is a difficult situation, so any advice is welcome. Thank you for your wisdom. Wow.
Kelsey, we didn't say this was going to be easy. We were just saying we're going to.
Y'all.
Your first one is a bomb, boy.
I mean, okay, we can skip that question. Susan and I can answer. You can tell us how we have beautiful hair, can get beautiful hair like you have.
No,
I don't know.
But
What do
how
you
would
think?
y'all answer that? I feel like that's so hard because I feel like he's always going to think of like the what if of like, what if I didn't, like, what if I had kids? What if whatever? That's hard.
But it's his
But
person.
if that's your person, then
how dare you walk away? No, you just
Oh, guys, I don't
Honey,
know.
I don't
Resentment.
know.
I mean, I got married, Kelsey, very young. I was 20, and we knew we wanted children, but we purposely, because I was so young and we were traveling and doing, my husband was in the military, a whole bunch of things. So I was married almost 8.5 years before I had my first child. But I can say that if someone wants a child and the other partner says no, that resentment is going to build. And the person that you love so much today may be the person that you resent, 2 years from now when you decide she decides it's too late and doesn't want children. Susan, I was waiting for your big C word. They have to talk about
Communicate.
it. I mean, that's what I would say. You really have to talk about it. And
absolutely.
That's
Sean, I wish you the best. But if you're that much in love with her and she's your person, just keep talking about it.
Wait a minute. Do you not think if he's asking, he said, I don't know if I need to walk away from a relationship. He's obviously thinking about walking away.
I know that entered his mind because he wants to be a dad so bad.
Well, okay.
Let's go on to the next one.
Go on,
Kathy.
Sean. We wish you all the luck.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, this one is from Alyssa. She's 31 and she's from San Francisco. Hi, Kathy and Susan. Love you both, and I'm hoping you can give me advice on this. I met my boyfriend last summer while traveling in Europe. We instantly connected, and it felt unlike any of my past relationships. Since my trip, we have been going back and forth visiting each other in our respective cities, San Francisco and Rome.
Oh, God, I love it.
I know, really. I mean, sounds perfect to me. Okay, right. I am 31 years old and really think this could be my person, but we still feel a bit far off from moving for each other because our relationship is still fairly new. We talk about it, but it still feels like a thing in the future. I want to get married and have kids and worry that this could all implode. We really love each other and are both doing everything to make it work. But will the distance be the end of us? We have started looking for jobs in each other's cities, but it feels like a long road and very difficult. Any advice is greatly appreciated. I don't have any friends who have been in this situation. Been loving the podcast. I hope it goes on forever. Well, thank you, Alyssa. So do we. Okay, come on, Kelsey. This is right up your alley. What do you think?
Go ahead, girl.
Yeah. So how long had they been together?
Last summer. So, it sounds like it's coming up
on
a
year.
A year, almost a year.
I don't see. It's funny because in normal situations, I'd be like, yeah, just keep doing the long distance. If it's gonna work, it's gonna work. I don't think that you need to rush things. But at the same time, I'm like, I just got engaged and now we're living together. So I'm like, if that's your person, make the big move if you feel like that's your person.
I think they should decide what they want more, San Francisco or Rome. Because they're young,
See,
they
what makes
still
most sense.
They have to work, they need careers. So decide what you want to do and who's going to do it.
Yeah.
But don't give up on it.
Yeah,
So
I would
wait a
definitely
minute.
not give up on it.
Wait, are you? I'm sorry. I blanked out at there for a second. Are you guys saying, like, I would say, one of you pick up and move, and I don't care. I mean, personally, I'd go
Exactly.
to Rome.
That's
I'd
what
go
we
to
just said. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, a year doesn't seem like an unreasonable amount of time for them to make that decision, does it to anyone else?
No, I don't think it's no.
No.
I feel like that's a
Go
long
for
time.
it, girlfriend. Go for it.
Yeah.
I love Rome.
And then by the time you actually probably have everything together with the job and like where you're going to move and everything, it's probably going to be a year and a half. So
Right. And they are starting to look. So
yeah.
keep going, babe. Keep going.
All right. Well, good luck to you. All right. I think we have time for one more. Hi, Kathy and Susan. I'm 24 and I got married this year in Michigan to my absolute best friend and the man who is always in my corner. It was a small courthouse wedding, but we're planning on doing a big wedding in the near future. He's not a citizen, so we have to work on green card things first and foremost. My friend that I have asked to be my matron of honor was not happy about the wedding and thought I needed to take more time to make my decision. She tends to think I can't make my own life decisions because I'm human and have made mistakes. Ultimately, she just wants to protect me. Because she was there, she didn't smile the whole time and didn't say a word to my husband. I don't know how to tell her that I didn't appreciate it and that I understand that it was from a place of love, but I don't know how to start the conversation. It made my husband really mad that she did that to us and said he doesn't think she should be at our next wedding if she can't be kind to him or support us. Please help me. I love your podcast and the both of you, and I think you'd be the best equipped to give me this advice.
Oh, I know what to do, babe.
Okay, well, let Kelsey go. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm like, if she's your best friend, she should be happy for you, right? Like, I mean, if you had your question, if she had said something to you and you were like, no, like, I'm going to continue with this wedding and did it, I feel like she should just support you with that. I mean, like with my girlfriends, I remember we didn't like one of my girlfriend's boyfriends, an ex that they had, and we told her, and then she was like, well, I'm going to still date him. And then we're like, okay, you can make your own decisions. And that was that. And then we became friends with him. It was cool. But we like initially it was like we didn't really feel that way. Told her, she was like, I don't care. And she can make her own decisions, But I think that your friend should support you and be happy for you, especially on your wedding day, right?
And she's afraid to say something to her. So
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
she has
if
to say
she's your
something.
real friend, then you should say something to her.
Yeah.
Well, Susan, I thought of
Kindly,
you when
you
she
know.
said, I don't know how to start the conversation. I thought of you, Susan, saying, just say it.
Just
Yeah.
say, get to the point. Come here. I love
I would
you.
like write it out maybe first, think about the
Yeah,
points you
yeah.
want to talk about.
Or write a
and
note.
then
You
just
could
say
write
it.
her a letter. Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
good idea. I
That's
love
another
that.
good one. You could try that.
I think the most important thing, though, is you have found your person. Make sure you put him first and foremost in your life.
Totally.
That's the most important thing. Hopefully
Yeah.
you'll retain this friendship, but golly, how lucky are you that you found your person? Congrats, right?
Amen to that. So,
Congrats.
Kelsey, one last question. Do you have advice for Kathy and I?
Ooh. I feel like y'all are so fun. And I mean, y'all have been putting yourselves out there so much. I just feel like continue to do that. It seemed like such an amazing experience for you ladies that
It was.
I think that
was.
it's like kind of like you get a new take on life, right?
What would your advice be for your dad? Because that's where I thought that's the question I want to know. What's your
Wait,
advice
with-
to your dad? You were on
She's
The
saying
Bachelorette.
go for it.
Yeah, I'm like, do it all,
Yes.
be yourself and experience it all, be true to yourself. I feel like that's how I went through it. It was just like step by step. I just was very honest about, what I was feeling. I wasn't like, I loved Joey the first day because I didn't, but whenever I did feel those feelings, I said them. But I don't know if I just want him to be open to all the experiences that come with it and be open with his heart.
Mhm. And be true to himself. Be himself,
Yeah.
authentically
Yeah.
him. I agree.
Exactly.
I think that's all great advice, but I also think if we're being honest, you have to remember there isn't that much time always, right? So
Yeah.
you have to
that's
jump
hard.
in pretty quickly.
Yeah. I think you just like embrace it all. You know what I mean? Like you go through it and you embrace it all, like every single step, and you like give it your all. I feel like you talk about all the things that are pressing and that like the big things about yourself. Joey and I always talk like we literally dated in reverse. We talked about all the big things and then now we're finding out all the little
Oh,
things.
the little things. Yeah,
which
the
is
important
fun,
things.
Yeah.
Wait, I just have to ask one more question. What was the
Yeah.
first big thing you told Joey?
I told Joey about all my like my family and I told him I think the biggest thing, one of the first big things I told him was that I really wanted to adopt and that was a non-negotiable for me. So if he wasn't open to that, then I couldn't be here. But
Oh, interesting.
yeah. So I was like, that's a non-negotiable for me. I just feel it like in my soul that I have to like adopt at least one kid. And
Would
yeah, I
you
was like,
have one as well? If
Yeah,
you want,
yeah.
oh, okay, but you
Yeah.
want to adopt one.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
So, I mean, I want like a million kids. Joey only wants like 2. He's like, it's easier to travel. So I'm like, okay.
It is.
No. Here's the deal.
Stop
Kelsey.
it too, family
No,
4.
no. He'll get this. He's a sports guy. You
Yeah.
tell him that you go for 3 kids, because when you have 2 kids, it's a man-to-man defense. When you go to 3, it's a zone defense. And it gets easy. I'm telling you, go to zone. Once you have 2, you can go to 3 or 4. It's perfect. You'll get your
There
number.
you go.
I feel like it
love
was
it.
harder with 3 because I had twins after my first, my
yeah.
daughter, and then I had twin boys. And 5 is so much more difficult. Not everybody gets to sit next to mommy, one on each side, or daddy. You know, there was always that.
Yeah.
You know?
There were 7 in my crew. So,
Oh, well, that's like beyond.
Yeah, we had 7.
You have 7. You have 6 siblings, Kelsey.
I have 5 siblings. So like when my mom was around, yeah.
Oh, there were
Yeah.
7 of you.
Yeah.
7 of us.
And didn't you love the big family?
I love it. Yeah. I loved all
Great.
the bickering, everyone yelling over each other.
You're like
Joey.
Italians down there.
Yeah.
Listen up, Joey. While you're drinking your Café du Monde, you're having
Yeah.
more than 2 kids.
Right.
So one of the things I saw out there on our Instagram and such, I love how you make Joey wear the eye patch. Not make him, but he's joining you with the eye gel patches. That was so cute.
He like wants to know all the skincare stuff. I've been like helping him. He's like, do I use this because of like my skin's like this? Like, and I'm like, yeah, babe, or you can do this and you can try this serum. And he's like so into it. He loves it.
I love it. I love it.
It's a
And
whole
it's great.
new career.
He wants to take care of his skin. Yes.
Right.
Tell him the biggest thing is using sunscreen, right? He knows
Yes,
that,
I've been
right?
telling him, but he thinks that he's like, I don't get sunburn. I don't need it. I'm like, that's not even one. Yes, he literally gets sunburnt so bad, but also it's like you need it because it's gonna like, I don't know, it protects your skin and we
You'll
don't
get
want skin
wrinkles
cancer or
like
anything
this
that,
because
and
I never
wrinkles and
used it until
whatever.
later in life.
Well, on that
And us
happy
Italians,
note,
That's not the only
we get a
thing.
little pink and then it's instantly brown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I mean, like he has like his Italian genes. I have my Hispanic genes. So like we're both pretty similar with our tans, but
yes.
still need sunscreen.
Yes,
Always.
you do. Yes, you do.
all right. Well, listen.
I love
On
it.
that happy note, that does it for this episode of Bachelor Happy Hour's Golden Hour. Thank you to our lovely and gorgeous woman friend, Kelsey, for joining us and dishing out some great advice. You are wise beyond your years, Kelsey.
Kelsey, we
you. Y'all
enjoyed
are
you
so
so
sweet.
much. Thank you for coming and chatting with us.
We love you, Kelsey. We love you and your gorgeous hair. Thank you so much for joining us. And be sure to follow Bachelor Happy Hour as we have new episodes coming out every week, and we don't want you to miss even one.
Absolutely not. Make sure to submit your questions to us so we can talk about them. You can go to bachelornation.com/golden hour or hit us up on social at Bachelor Happy Hour.
Listen to Bachelor Happy Hour's Golden Hour on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.